Hey guys, it is btaylortv. Welcome back to my channel. Shout out to my mods, shout out to my subscribers, and if you are new here, welcome. We are going to be talking about some trending topics where I give commentary, real life experience, real life advice, and how it can be applied to our very own personal lives. And today we are going to be talking about Keke Palmer and her boyfriend, Darius, how he had some words for his woman, his baby mama, as his wifey. Apparently, they are not married yet, but he referred to her as his wife, okay? So, there was video that came out that Keke Palmer went to the Usher concert and she was having the time of her life, baby. She was getting it. She was dancing. She was singing. I'm going to go ahead and play that video for y'all so y'all can get a recap of what's going on.
There she go, there she go, there she go, there she go. If you don't know, it feels to call you my girl. There goes my baby. Are you ready?
So I'm not going to lie. I'm going to add in my commentary. I'm not going to lie. When I first saw this video, I was like, wait a second. Is she single? Like, what's going on? Because I know she just had her baby, her son, and her boyfriend, Darius. You know, they're a very public relationship. So when I saw this video, I kind of cringed a little bit because I'm like, is she single? Is she single? Because why is she hip thrusting with Usher? Why is she dancing on him like that? She got her arm around his neck, baby. She got that arm all the way around his neck, touching the other side of his shoulder. She slowly moved her, hand off of him. She's dancing. She's giving him a little twirl, baby. That's what you do for your man in the bedroom when your man like, baby, you look good. And baby, that's the type of look I'm looking at my man like, yes. And she's fangirling out, she's having some, a good time with Usher, but at the same time, guess who was watching while we was watching? Darius was watching. Her man was watching along with us, and he had a few words to say to his woman. He basically put on Twitter, it's the outfit though. You a mom, okay? Now, I'm gonna be honest. When I saw this, it wasn't even just about the outfit. But his ego was so hurt. His pride was so hurt as a man. He's like, first of all, you being hella disrespectful. You are hip thrusting with Usher. You touching all on him. You giving him a little dancey dance. You flirting with him on stage. I don't give a damn if it's Usher or Busher or what Nick and I don't care who it was. Nick and I joined on her show to give my commentary about all of this. So I'm going to go ahead and play y'all what I had to say on Nick and Night's video.
No, I agree right with you. Like, I'm about to do a video about this because I am 30 years old. And what I'm finding is that as I get older, I'm realizing I'm a mom too. So I'm like, I'm realizing what the old heads were saying about having morals, especially as Black women. And you do carry yourself as a way as a mother. And I'm looking at the comments and seeing like a lot of these women saying you're a woman first before a mom. I don't believe that. I feel like you're a mom first before anything because your life changes. And I think a lot of women don't understand motherhood is not for everybody. If you're not ready to make certain sacrifices for your child and give up certain things to be a representative of your child, you are not ready to be a mom. It's not always cool and glitz and glamour being a mommy. I'm not saying you got to completely lose yourself, but there is a way you carry yourself once you get. It's such a gift being a mother. And I think we live in a today's society where people are just like so used to moms snapping back and getting back to them. You don't get back to you. You get back to a new you. You get back to a newer version of you. You will never go back to your old self. And I do feel like with what's his name? Oh my God, what is his name? Darius. I feel like he's right. Like when I was in relationships, I did have to carry myself a certain way to respect the man, because at the end of the day, if you want to be with a man, you have to understand men. And men, they have fragile egos. So therefore, you can't sit here and try to shame him and say, oh, he's being insecure. girl, you insecure. Because when your man be liking them naked girls' pictures on Instagram and be following them and
the men that don't be their husband, and they be liking them girls' pictures.
Exactly. They don't even be their man, but they be mad as hell. They be like, girl, who is this girl? Why you liking her photos? Why you commenting and making her feel good about herself? And at the end of the day, she's in a public relationship with this man. So that is embarrassing, because when I saw it, I was like, damn, did they break up? Because the way she was like grinning and cheesing, and she's not like me. If I got up there with Usher, I'm like, baby, look, this is a one in a lifetime chance. And even then, I wouldn't do too much. But she's Keke Palmer. That's her social circle. So Usher is not too far off in access to her. So she don't gotta act like us regular people and doing too much. Like, you know, like she's still a star herself. She may not be on his level, but there's a way that she just embarrassed him. She's in a public relationship with this man. She just had a baby with him. And people talking about the videos that he posted of her, I think that he was trying to hype her up, because maybe she was feeling insecure after having a baby, and he realized, like, how can I make her feel good about herself? Like, how can I kind of show her off to the world to show that I support my woman? But then when I see you shaking that ass and getting groped on by Usher, another man, then I'm going to have a problem with it. So I don't feel like, I think women need to be realistic and stop double standard, because you be tripping off that same man that's not even your man yet. And you be mad at him.
Talk about it. They don't even. If they just done hunched and they go together real bad, and you mad at what he do.
Exactly.
Oh, was he at his ex-girlfriend house, girl? Why you worried about if he was at his ex-girlfriend house and his baby mama house? Y'all not married. Y'all not married, sis. Acting like a relationship ain't what it is. All right.
So I think a lot of people weren't too happy, but the men understood, some women understood. And at the end of the day, Keke Palmer is a kept woman. She is not a single woman. She is a kept woman. And obviously she crossed the boundary within her relationship. And that is all what I was explaining, is that we also, if we want to date straight men, if we want to be in a monogamous relationship with a straight man, then we got to understand our boundaries with each other. We got to understand the person that we are dating and what their boundary is. And I think that is something that they should have discussed before she walked out. But this is what makes me speculate that they probably are not really talking, probably has something going on at home, because when I'm going out with my girls and I call my man before I go out, I'm going to show him what my outfit looking like. I'm going to show him how sexy I look, or make sure he sees me when I walk out the door. So obviously he saw what she looked like once it hit the internet. So I'm pretty sure he felt publicly embarrassed and went ahead and jumped ahead and tweeted out that tweet. Now, what I will say is that I don't agree with him publicly trying to check her, because when you get in a relationship, as you learn, is that even when your partner does something wrong in public or in front of other people, you never check them, okay, in front of other people. You're supposed to do that behind closed doors. You're never supposed to pull their card or check your man in front of other people, or check your woman in front of other people, because you handle that once you get in the car. As soon as you get in the car, you let that mother effer know, like, what you... Yeah, you know, whatever the problem or the issue was, right? But you don't ever supposed to do that publicly. So I don't agree. I think that it was very impulsive of him, and he got in his feelings about it. But he was letting the world know, and he probably did let her know behind the scenes how he felt. Who's to say that he did not let her know that? Okay, he probably let her know and sent her that little text or call her and checked her about it, and saw everybody circling around these videos talking about Keke Palmer and Usher. And he probably had to be known. No, she is a mom at the end of the day, and I do not approve. But it was not the right way of him going about it, and I do not agree. Now, the ladies were so mad. They were so pissed. They start pulling this man card. They start talking about he's broke. He's jealous. He wanted to see her downfall. He got her pregnant. All these speculations. And honestly, some women, I do feel like they were projecting their trauma on that relationship and trying to speculate what type of man he is, because he's not a man of status that Keke Palmer had access to. But at the end of the day, ladies, you have to understand, Keke Palmer chose this man to be her baby's father. She chose this man to have a kid with. If Keke Palmer had all this access to all these men in Hollywood and still didn't end up with them, that says a lot. And you can even see Oprah or other famous women, it is not likely that a lot of them end up getting a man who makes more money than them, because the percentage is low, because you got to go, I'm not off of just how much money they make, but the character of that person, and if they are willing to settle down, especially if you want it to be a black man, because a lot of black men in her social groups and higher up are not trying to settle down, or either already in a relationship or married, or they don't treat them right, or they don't have a character or personality or compatibility with her. So she ended up with somebody like this. And at the end of the day, that's her choice. And for us to sit here and say, oh, that's not good for her, like, let's just hope the best for her. We don't know really what goes on, but I just know that that man has been hyping her up after her pregnancy. He's been supporting her, which a lot of people tried to pull his card and say that he was being basically hypocritical because he posted this video right here.
Y'all see this? Y'all see this work? Y'all see this? Y'all see this work?
This user said when Darius posted this, it was all giggles, and now Usher was singing to Keke, she suddenly needs to be a mom. Be for real. Okay, yeah, I think that he was trying to hype his girl up. At the end of the day, he's right there taking the video. He's taking the video. You can clearly hear him in the video. And he's supporting his girl. At the end of the day, he's supporting his girl. She has a mommy body. She's going through a lot of changes, hormonal changes. She's probably feeling insecure. She's probably not feeling like herself. And he's probably trying to help her up, hype her up, and support her. And as I've seen, this man has always supported her publicly, and he's always been there, and he's always seemed like he's just very supportive, and he lays low. He doesn't try to be in the limelight. He doesn't try to be doing too much or hopping on interviews with her. He lets her shine, and maybe that's what she just wants, is a man that's there, that's supportive and in the background. But at the same time, you got to understand that he is a man. So he is trying to be protective of his woman, and also, hey, show me some respect. I'm here supporting you. I'm here in your corner. I got your back. I got our son back, and I got our family back, but like, respect me. But at the same time, I can understand a lot of people saying, well, if you feel that way, marry her, right? If you feel that way, why don't you put a ring on it? You don't know what that man is doing. He probably is. And I do agree that they probably should have gotten married. But Keke has such a strong personality. You never know if she said, no, I don't want that right now. You never know, because she's not a traditional woman. So when you find yourself with women like this, they may not also be ready to get married. But I do say, like, you know, if you're going to be calling the shots like that, you definitely should be trying to work towards being married, but maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I don't know. But he is being protective. And I want to say to the women that's saying, well, put a ring on it, put a ring on it. I understand, but at the same time, ladies, like I said on the Nick and Nike show, is that you be tripping off that man that's not even your man yet. You be tripping off that man that's not even your man or your husband yet, because he be on Instagram liking certain photos and liking videos and commenting on other women's stuff. And you say that's disrespectful, but that's not your husband. So if you're tripping off of a man who's doing too much on social media, entertaining and inboxing other females and other women, then understand that you cannot sit here and tell this man how he feels about his baby's mother. Okay, so it's the same thing. And that's why I say women only look at it from a woman's point of view and not from the other point of view, which I'm now learning that men really don't talk. Men don't express themselves, because we really do just dismiss them and like overlook a lot of the things that they're saying because we don't agree with them. We don't agree with it. We don't like it. We don't like what they have to say. And we just basically bombard them with what we have to say and how we feel about a certain situation. So we don't really listen to them. I can disagree with that, okay? So then Darius gets on Twitter to address all the people that started like coming for his neck, okay? And he had to say, we live in a generation where a man of the family The man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother to his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others. And he gets told how much of a hater he is. This is my family and my representation. I have standards and morals to what I believe. I rest my case. Period. Okay, Darius, period. Because Darius basically said, these are my morals. This is the representation that I want my wife, the mother of my children, to have. And I think a lot of women are not used to that protection. I think if we want to be honest here, especially in the Black community, we're not used to that protection because a lot of young girls grew up without a father. They grew up without a father protecting them. You know, they grew up without a father, telling them that when you walk out this house, you represent me. A lot of parents didn't teach their daughters about morals. You know, they let peer pressure and other society teach them on how to present themselves to the public, how to act in the public. Nobody taught them that. So I can understand why he's standing so hard. Like, this is my family. I am the man of this family. I live in the home with this woman, and here y'all are speculating if he pays bills or not. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, that's their family dynamic. If Keke wants to pay all the bills, I don't agree with that. I do not agree with that at all. But that's who she chose to be with, and he still is valid enough to have a voice for his family. And to try to silence a man's voice, that is what's wrong. We're suppressing a lot of these men and then wonder why they don't want to open their mouth and they shut down and don't want to express themselves. So yes, he went to social media about it. I don't agree, but now the cat's out the bag and people coming for his neck. So he went ahead and explained. That's crazy to me that I, as a man, try to address my family and how I want my family to be and, to have morals, and I'm being attacked for it. That's crazy, right? And so Keke, she's like not trying to be that person, but I love my man. Okay, she's letting it be known. Look now. Y'all can be mad all y'all want to. Y'all single ladies can march in line and yell and scream and be upset for me and analyze my relationship. But at the end of the day, I love my man and I ain't going nowhere. My family's not separating. My baby has his father in the home. Y'all can stay mad, okay? She's like, I love my man. I love how my man step over me. I love how my man trying to correct me. I love that he's trying to affirm me. I love that he's trying to let me know that he has boundaries. And it's okay for a man to have boundaries. It's okay for men to say how they want their woman to be. So I want to show y'all this clip from Nick and Knight again, where Street TV talked about how he want his woman to be a representative to him and what his boundaries are, because these are boundaries for men as well. We talk about women boundaries, but here's what men have to say about their boundaries.
Oh yeah, I had no problem with the boyfriend stating his position that he didn't appreciate his woman in that dress. They're not married, right? That's just the boyfriend, though.
This a baby.
They're
daddy.
not married. Yeah.
I would appreciate it more coming from a person that's married. How long have they been together though? Keke Palmer and this guy.
I think they got together in 2021 from what I looked up.
Okay, so if they got 2 years in, then he's has every right to make that position to say. And I didn't like the word that they used, shaming, that he was shaming her. No, he was stating his position. He was staking his woman. That's not shaming. And unfortunately, we live in a society now that there's not a respect for relationships. There's not a respect for a man taking the lead. There's not a respect for a man putting his foot down, saying, no, that is not the way it's going to go down. We got a lot of men here that are scared to be men. They got to be... They got to play second fiddle to a woman. Oh man, and in my world that does not exist. But I see that that's what it is. That's what's going on out there now in society. I could tell you, I would never tolerate what Keke did. It would be over. Mm-hmm. If I put my foot down and Keke gave me some resistance on that, it's over. You can go to the next man.
So do you think it's different being that they're at a concert and it's Usher?
No, it's even worse. You're in an environment, you're in a highly sexual environment, and you're in a sexual outfit. So that even makes it worse from my vantage point.
Because some people felt like he shouldn't be mad because it's a concert, they're having fun, and they said the outfit wasn't that bad. Now that's an outfit that I done wore plenty of times. However, I'm single, dingle, ringle, as a single as a Pringle. Okay, but
her entire ass was exposed, right?
Yes.
Okay. The only way it's not a problem if he's standing right there next to her, and I don't think he was nowhere around. So,
yep.
And even standing right there next to her, I'm like, your whole ass don't got to be out, you know. But hey, I understand that since the last 20, 25, 30 years, society's been pushing the envelope to be more sexualized, especially in our Black community. We pushing the envelope to just, how far can we take it? It's no longer a society where we just got Little Kim and Trina. Now, every single artist, every single female has got to push the envelope as sexually far as they can. And that's where we're living in right now.
Ooh, you preaching.
And that is nothing but the truth. Now, getting back to Keke Palmer, she posted, on her Instagram, and she said, "I wish I had taken more pictures, but we were running late. I'm telling y'all right now, if you haven't seen Usher, you must go. He was fabulous, giving theater, Atlanta down, tips and tricks, just absolutely iconic. I was truly inspired as a performer. I whooped some ass in space too. Where is that pic of all of us together with the king himself?" So then she posted some more photos of her being out and about, looking sexy in this outfit. She's like, "Look, I know, baby, you don't like it, but at the end of the day, I'm about to be posted up in these photos. I am not letting this go to waste." But again, I don't think it was about her outfit per se all the way. I think it was about her demeanor and how she was acting around Usher, but he's not going to say that because then that gives Usher too much power, which now Usher tweeted out, "Am I trending yet?" with the laughing emoji. So he's laughing about all of this, which is also going to hurt this man's ego. Okay. So Usher adding in his little commentary, "Please, sir, sit this out, okay? You are not making this any better." So a lot of girls wanted to say that I was a pick-me, and I just thought that was so funny because I'm usually the girl that's like, "You're being a pick-me, like, relax. Like, let's not try to please all these men." And like, I literally represent women. If you know me, you've been following me for a long time, ladies, that I represent women, but I've been on a spiritual growth. God has been working with me, working on me, working within me. And there's just been a lot of changes on how I view a lot of things and how I try to see both sides and how I try to have empathy, how I try to understand people and recognize things that I just can't live in my delusional bubble of I'm right all the time and not try to hear other people out. And I think the one thing in society that we lack is lack of communication and understanding. We listen to respond and not listen to understand. And so sometimes when I do listen, when I listen to men talk, I listen to understand them and I try to put myself in their shoes and try to say, okay, as a woman, if this was an opposite situation, how would I feel about it? And that's how you're able to kind of see things from a different focal point and viewpoint. And that's why I say a lot of these women that's in the comments and going off and going crazy are just projecting their traumatic experiences with the man who probably was controlling, with the man who probably was insecure, with the man who probably was trying to bring you down. But that's not the case for every situation and every relationship. And you cannot project that. And yes, you can have discernment and some things may be feeling familiar to you, but it doesn't mean that that is exactly what's going on in this relationship. Because when you're not used to authority, sometimes when a man try to tell you something what to do, you think he's trying to control you. But baby, sometimes that man is trying to protect you from certain things because men understand that this world is a very, very, very dangerous world. And they're trying to protect you from certain things that you can't can't see or that you don't know about. Because when your brother was running the streets and you were in the house and you weren't allowed to go out, they were actually experiencing the streets. They were actually experiencing how nasty it can get out here. And they don't want their woman, especially if you're not with them, out here exposing herself and risking herself to being groped by a disgusting man, or a man that's out of his mind and looking to disrespect a woman who they feel like don't respect themselves. So from a man's perspective, they're going to look from a protector standpoint. And sometimes, ladies, y'all got to stop saying that this man is trying to control you. No, he's not trying to control you. He's trying to protect you. Okay. And I'm not the type that's going to rah for men. I'm far from it. I'm literally for women, and I want the best for women. But when I tell you that me going on as this spiritual growth has me seeing things from an outside lens and not in it with society's trying to tell me what to accept and not to accept, and what to like and what not to like, and how to dress. And these women, as you see, the marriage rates have gone down. Relationships are breaking up. More women are becoming single mothers, such as myself. And I can learn from experience. And I can say this from experience that, yes, it is important to look at both sides. It is important to bring back some type of function and dynamic of some type of tradition, because it was working and more families did stay together. Now, I'm not saying we got to go back exactly how it was, because there were a lot of flaws within the traditional system back in the 1950s. But what I am saying is, don't take the man's voice away in the home. Okay, just like women want to be heard, we are being heard. And I think we should be heard. And I think we should be validated in how we feel about certain things and how we are treated as women. But at the same time, I think that it is also important to hear the man and their perspective, and don't take their manhood away from them and try to manipulate them and try to gaslight them. Because ladies, this is gaslighting, by telling a man that his feelings is not valid, that what he is feeling is insecurity, instead of him trying to protect his woman. Now, if I'm wrong about this, I'll be wrong about this. But I pray that they stay together. I pray that he does marry her and honor her. And I pray that this child will grow up in a 2-parent home and have both parents show him what type of man that he's going to be, because she has a son. And it is so important for that little boy to grow up and see daddy loves mommy. Daddy's going to protect mommy. Okay. Daddy's going to be here for mommy. Daddy's going to love on mommy. My daddy's going to protect mommy and protect you, because that's what he needs to do. And he also needs to be a provider. And a lot of people are saying, I don't know, maybe this needs to be a part 2. A lot of people are talking about how he is broke and dusty, but is he broke and dusty? Is he our average broke and dusty guy that's working at, this little rink-dink job and not going nowhere and doing nothing with his life? Is he that guy, or is he not just a Chris Brown? Is he not a Chris Brown? So that makes him dusty. It doesn't make him dusty, because me dating a man like that probably is a high value man, because he probably do bring in a lot of money. He obviously is around her social group, and that is why he was able to even have access to her, which I do believe that you should date within your social group. So obviously she was at a party where he was at a Diddy party. So obviously he worked his way up to the ladder to be at a party full of A-listers. Then he mustn't, I don't know, guys. He probably not as dusty as women are trying to make him seem like he is. He's not your average Joe dusty bucket. Okay. I think that he may be about a little bit of something. He may not be as famous and successful as Keke Palmer, but if Keke Palmer was able to find that, she would have been with that. If that was something she was able to get, she would have been got that. But she got somebody who was there to love and protect and provide the best way that he can. And it's so crazy that people are trying to basically say he doesn't make enough money, so he doesn't deserve respect. And that's crazy to me, that as a society, especially Black people, that we feel like because you don't make enough money, you are worthless as a man, and you are useless, and you are not as important. Like, what kind of message are we putting out there? And then wonder why when men do finally get some money, they treat women like trash, and they treat them like objects, because they are defined by their money. They don't need to work on their character. They don't need to work on what type of values they have, or what kind of characteristics they are portraying and how they treat people, because their money talks for them. So I don't know, guys. Let me know y'all thoughts below. If you agree, if you disagree. I'm not trying to make this video too long. I know I've been talking for a while, but I just wanted to go ahead and play this for you guys and talk and give my commentary on it. And it is trending. And don't give into the pressures of society. If you have a good man at home, keep your family together. But if it ain't working and that man is crossing your boundaries, then you need to reevaluate where you need to go. Because what we're not going to do is promote women being in a situation where the man is crossing her boundaries and disrespecting her and controlling her. There's a big difference between controlling and protecting. Okay. And if you feel like that man is not letting you shine and be the best thing that you can be, and he's not in your corner supporting you as much as you're supporting him, then you need to reevaluate that situation. So don't apply every toxic relationship to every situation. I don't know. We're just going to have to sit back and watch and see. But thank you for watching. Shout out to my mods. First of all, shout out to the people who stayed to the end. I really do appreciate you guys. You made it to the end of the video. If you made it to the end of the video, I want you to put a TV emoji at the comment section so I can know and personally acknowledge you, because I thank you for watching this video all the way to the end and keeping your attention. Shout out to my subscribers. And if you are new here, like I said, if you enjoyed this video and commentary, please give this a thumbs up and comment your thoughts below. Even if you disagree, I'll meet you in the comment section. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Bye.